Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Don't take safety for granted. Make sure everything is locked up tight.
We begin tonight with a Valley News Live exclusive. That warning from a Mayville man comes after he says a garage break-in left him with a knife wound to his arm. It happened just after 3 Tuesday morning. The suspect ran away, and Trail County deputies are now searching for answers. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley spoke exclusively with the victim today, who says he's just glad his family wasn't hurt and doesn't want this to happen to anyone else.
It's terrifying, you know.
As Matthew Satrom grabbed a drink of water in his kitchen early Tuesday morning, he noticed the light in his car was still on.
I walked in and boom, there's a guy right there.
Satrom says what came next all happened so fast, saying he threw a punch at the suspect only to then be cut with a knife.
It's one of my worst fears ever being realized, is somebody trying to come into our house with my wife and those girls.
Fighting for both his and his family's lives, he says the suspect later broke free, taking off out this back patio door.
Were you fearing for your life?
Oh, absolutely.
Satrom says because it was so dark, he was not able to get a close look at the suspect, but describes them as a white man about 5'11" to 6 feet tall with a build similar to his own. He added nothing was stolen out of their cars, but with messes like this left behind, it's hard to tell for sure.
Just glad it wasn't worse.
He says they usually left the garage service door unlocked, so delivery drivers had a safe place to put the family's packages.
Not going to leave that door unlocked anymore.
And on top of that change, Satrom says a security system and cameras are next.
Things like this aren't supposed to happen in a small town, but here we are.
And although still shaken up and dealing with both back and neck injuries, as well as that slash on his arm, Satrom says he's just glad his family is safe and hopes his story helps keep others safe too. In Mayville, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
The Trail County Sheriff tells us there were no other houses or cars in the area broken into Tuesday night or at all this week, saying this is still an active investigation. If you have any information on this case, you can call the Sheriff's Department at 636-4510. Fargo police are asking for your help finding a missing 16-year-old. Zanea Livingood was last seen at home in the 4300 block of 9th Avenue Circle South on Saturday, wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt. Livingood has a tattoo on her right wrist of a line with a sun coming up. Police say she left her apartment with a friend and no one knows where she went. She also goes by the last name Thompson. If you have any information on her whereabouts, you can call dispatch at 451-7660. And Moorhead police say a 17-year-old runaway who we've been telling you about has been found. They say Cheyenne Bell was located in Fergus Falls and she's safe. The Moorhead Police Department is thanking the public for their help in finding Bell. We are backing away from the heat a little bit today. It's still very pleasant out there. Some of us could see changes this evening. Let's get more from Hutch in No Wait Weather.
Andrea, thanks so much. Temperatures closer to 80 degrees in Fargo as opposed to 90 degrees. And the wind with a westerly component ushered in some drier air. Dew points are no longer near 70, but closer to 60 and into the 40s out west. That's very dry. We do have some clouds and a few sprinkles showing up in the Highway 200 corridor on radar right now. Not all of this reaching the ground, but that's where the best chance at a few evening showers will be, remaining north of the FM area. For us, broken clouds and temperatures slipping into the upper 60s by sunset tonight. We'll be in the upper 60s as well, with a few more clouds and a very small chance at a sprinkle in the Grand Forks area. We do have some stormy weather to talk about as we cap off our work week. I'll have an update on our risk of severe weather in the extended forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch. A big drug bust at a South Moorhead apartment netted 24 grams of fentanyl, which is equivalent to 12,000 lethal doses of the opioid painkiller. Along with the fentanyl, police found half a pound of heroin, crack cocaine, and prescription medication. The estimated street value of the fentanyl is $5,000. 33-year-old Donald Ray Quinn Jr. and 30-year-old Candy Latrice Wilson were arrested and faced several charges. Police say 3 children were also found in the apartment at the time of the drug bust. You have probably received multiple alerts on your cell phone today. There's a silver alert out across the region for a missing elderly woman. 87-year-old Clara Braun of Buffalo, South Dakota, hasn't been in contact with family or friends since Monday. She was last seen around 6 that morning, driving north on South Dakota Highway 73 toward the city of Lemon, which is right on the North Dakota border. Braun is white, 5'1", 120 pounds, with blue eyes. She's believed to be driving a 2012 Chrysler 300 with South Dakota license plate 35C588. Police say she has dementia and may be confused or disoriented. If you see this woman or that car, contact your local law enforcement. The celebration of life honoring Landon Solberg will be held this Monday, coming Monday, September 23rd. According to a post from the Caring Bridge website, the service will be held at Shields Arena in Fargo. Visitation will be from 4 to 5:30, and the service will begin at 6 p.m. You are asked to wear any of the following: Landon's light T-shirts, Bison gear, Eagles or Broncos jerseys, Star Wars or Harry Potter's shirts, anything that represents Landon. Social media giants were testifying on Capitol Hill today about their role in the spread of online hate that can lead to real-world violence. Representatives from Facebook, Twitter, and Google were questioned by the Senate Commerce Committee on how extremist content online can incite violence. The tech companies unveiled their policies and practices on how violent and hateful content is identified and removed from their sites. The hearing also addressed the role of websites on the dark web to amplify those voices.
The online environment today amplifies hateful voices worldwide and facilitates the coordination, recruitment, and propaganda that fuels the extremism that terrorizes our communities, all of our communities.
The Anti-Defamation League told lawmakers it is important that lawmakers pass legislation to address the growing threats of domestic terrorism and white supremacy. The North Dakota Department of Health has confirmed 1 case related to vaping and 6 probable cases that are under investigation for vaping-related illnesses. The state epidemiologist says the cases range from youth to adults. Officials say it's seemingly healthy individuals who don't have any underlying health conditions who are getting sick.
I think it's definitely concerning because we don't understand what's really happening yet. We're still in the early onset of investigating.
The state health department is encouraging people to contact ND Quit's website if you know someone who needs help quitting vaping. And in Minnesota, health officials are urging you to get your flu shot as soon as possible. The Department of Health says the flu season could begin anytime. Only about half of the people eligible get the flu vaccine. Officials say if more people got immunized, fewer people would get sick, even people who don't get vaccinated. The flu vaccine is recommended for nearly everyone 6 months of age and older. Health officials say people are better off with the vaccination than without it. New data shows 72% of car seats are misused in North Dakota. The Department of Health put out the numbers today. While the rate is still high, it has been going down for the past 5 years. In the past 5 years, 8 children have died and 1,037 children ages 12 and younger were injured in car crashes. For proper guidelines on car seat use, go to our website and click on this story. Here's a heads up about mosquito spraying for Grand Forks and East Grand Forks. The spraying will happen in both cities tomorrow evening. That's September 19th around 7:30. The crews should be finished by midnight. To avoid mosquitoes, health experts suggest you use insect repellent that contains DEET. Limit your outdoor activities between dusk and dawn when mosquitoes are most active. Wear long pants and long sleeve shirts when possible and eliminate standing water around your homes. The United Way of Cass Clay is celebrating its 2019 kickoff event today. Officials say festivities are already underway over the Avalon Events Center. That's at 2525 9th Avenue South in Fargo. Marketing Director Christina Hein Landon says many lives are changed each year through United Way donations.
I love to see the results that can happen when people give to United Way. Those investments are turned into changed lives and people that are changed forever, including their family and their entire future. And so that's what's really exciting to me.
Officials say after the kickoff event, a social will be held until right about 5:30.